All right, guys, it's that time again. All right, lesson 2.4, Algebra 2. Make sure if you're in Algebra 2, you're doing Algebra 2. And if you're in Geometry, make sure you're doing Geometry. I'll make sure I label it better on YouTube. All right, if life wasn't difficult enough, we're going to be multiplying fractions, all right, or rational expressions. All right, here we go. Probably the easiest way to handle this, honestly, is just to go top times top, numerator times numerator, over denominator times denominator, and then we'll simplify it. You could simplify it first, but I really do think this is going to be the best route. So 6 is a normal coefficient, so is 10, so 6 times 10, I put the answer 60. 2 is a coefficient, 18 is a coefficient, 2 times 18, I put 36. That's easy, you've done that for 100 years. For the letters, the variables, when you're multiplying, you're going to keep the base, add the powers. So x squared times x cubed, keep the x, add the powers. y3, y4, keep the y, add the powers, y7. X squared in the denominator, there's no other x's, so I'm just going to copy x squared. And then y squared times y squared, write the y and add the powers. Okay, so are y'all with me so far? Multiply coefficient times coefficient, same bases when you're multiplying, keep the base and add the powers. Of course, we're not done because now what we're going to do is we're going to reduce this fraction. So put an equal sign, put my fraction bar. Look, 60 over 36. Well, that's just normal, fractions and reducing. First number that popped in my head was 6. Okay, 6 can go into 60, 10 times, and 36 6 times. But it wasn't big enough because look, they're both even. So I'm going to divide by 2, divide by 2. And now I have 5 out of 3. So your coefficients, you just reduce like normal. Your variables, all right, your same bases, you're going to subtract the powers when you're dividing. So I've got x to the 5th divided by x to the 2nd. When I subtract, I get x cubed. There were more x's in the top, so x cubed in the top. Go to your y's, y7 over y4, all right. Keep your y, subtract y3, also in the numerator because there are more y's in the top. And believe it or not, this is what we're looking for, all right. This is the madness that we're doing in Algebra 2. Woohoo! All right. Let's try one that's a little more entertaining, all right. Example 2 is going to involve our F word, okay? Factor, factor, factor. So here we go. Example 2. We're going to take 10x minus 5 x squared over x squared minus 11x plus 18 times x squared minus 8x minus 9 all over 15x. Okay, so in the previous video, I was telling you that, if you've got minus signs and plus signs, you can't just start canceling, okay? You're gonna have to factor, okay? So we're gonna rewrite this here. Let's do a fraction bar here times fraction bar here. We're gonna go back to factoring where we're looking for, is there a greatest common factor? Okay, if you look at 10 and 5, so I'm going to write GCF up here. The greatest thing that they have in common is 5. If you look at x to the first power versus x to the second, the most they have in common is an x. And the only time you're going to have to do this, if the leading term, if the highest power has a negative coefficient, you're going to make this negative. So in English, all right, the greatest common factor of these two is going to be negative 5x. We're going to pull that out, and then we're going to divide this binomial by that. So I'm going to take 10x minus 5x squared, and I'm going to divide by negative 5x. Okay, when I divide the first one, the x's are going to cancel, and you're going to get negative 2. I'll write it here first. And over here, you're going to get plus x. And then I'm just going to rewrite it as x minus 2. Okay? Stay with me, stay with me. I know what you're thinking. All right, over here, this numerator, look, the only GCF technically is 1. So this is where you're going to do your favorite F-word factoring, where you put x in here, x in here. X and x is x squared. Then I'm going to look at factors of this number, 9, that either add up or the difference is -8. So I'm going to pick 9 and 1. I want a -8, so this is going to be negative, this is going to be positive. So I'm going to write it down over here. Luckily, this bottom is, can't factor it, it's one term. Okay, we're just going to rewrite it. All right, one more time, let's play this game. I don't see a GCF other than 1. So here's x, here's x. I need factors of 18 that will add up to -11. So 9 times 2 popped in my head. This positive means the signs are the same. You're looking for a negative, so both of those will be negative. And here we go down here. All right, so let me pause a second. Factor, 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 basically. All right, once you factored the original first fraction and the second one, now you can cancel because you got multiplication here, you got multiplication here, you got multiplication here. But you can only factor if the terms are exactly the same. One is in the numerator, one's in the denominator. So look, see I have a factor of x minus 2 and x minus 2? Cancel. All right, see how x minus 9 is in the denominator and this one's in the numerator? Cancel. All right, see this x is in the bottom? Cancel. All right, so technically I'm left with -5 over 15, all right, plus this x plus 1 over here. And then one more time I'm going to reduce this, divide by 5, and I'll have -x plus 1 over 3. Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. All right, see what you can do with less than 2.4. And I will definitely come back to you on this.